Good morning, all. Happy Monday to you. Uh, you know, some of you guys know, at least if you click over to my either my personal page or my public figure page, you know that one of the things that I'm really passionate about, other than civil rights and gun rights, is that I'm into film. I'm into acting. I've even got a few producer credits under my belt. But so I'm always interested about and following news about the film industry. And lo and behold, over the weekend, one of my two of my favorite things actually collided. And that has to do with guns, or the gun industry, or gun advocacy, and Hollywood. Now, back on November 25th, there was a movie released. It was a limited release of a movie called Miss Sloane. Some of you probably have heard of it. I'm sure you guys have probably seen all of the trailers and whatnot. It was actually just this past weekend. It was expanded out to over 1,600 theaters throughout the country. But now, Miss Sloane, it's an anti-Second Amendment film starring an anti-Second Amendment, or at least I'll say someone who I'm strongly guessing as a liberal activist is anti-Second Amendment. Jessica Chastain, who, by the way, is a fantastic actress. Everything I heard about her and the role that she plays in this movie, she kills it. So she plays a lobbyist. She was a conservative lobbyist who left a conservative lobbying firm and went to work for a PR firm that works for none other than the Brady campaign. Yeah, see, in this story, they're the good guys. Anyway, now you don't actually have to watch this film to realize pretty much that it jumps the shark from fiction all the way to Hollywood fantasy. It's kind of funny. I'm really into movies that actually have some sort of realism to them. And it's funny, there was an article, what got my attention about this was an article, the Washington Post commentary that they did. And what really it points out is that just how unrealistic the film is. Just how it points to various different things in the gun rights community. First of all, it completely and utterly ignores the fact that what we're talking about here are, in fact, civil rights. It pretty much points to the fact that we're just a bunch of old white conservatives who just want with long beards. I'm working on mine, but yeah, with long beards who just want to have their toys, just want to have their guns. What's interesting about it is that after ranking probably in the bottom 10% of all film openings in its limited opening, they still expanded it to 1,600 theaters. Now, the good news is that the film is failing epically. Its first weekend, it opened up to a grand total of $60,000. And now that they've expanded it out to 1,600, it earned $2 million over the weekend, but the film cost $18 million to make. Now, here's what gets me. Hollywood has spent decades utilizing firearms to glorify violence. And they've made billions doing that. Billions. And now they want to come out and they want to try and tell the story like, oh, well, it's really the gun lobby that's evil. No, maybe Hollywood needs to take a look at itself and realize, maybe for once, y'all ought to take a realistic look at firearms. A realistic look at exactly what it is, how they're utilized, and what exactly they've meant to the freedom and the liberty that we have in this country. And maybe if you did, maybe you wouldn't take such a anti-civil rights perspective. I didn't spend a nickel to watch this film, and I won't. So, the first person that comes up to me and got it on bootleg, I'm going to watch it, or I'm going to wait till it comes on FX or something like that. But I refuse to spend any money promoting this sort of propaganda. And folks, I would encourage you guys, do the same. Don't support propaganda like this. I don't care how great an actress Jessica Chastain may be. Just let's make sure that we're supporting those films and the arts in a way that promotes positive values, or in fact promotes our values. One of the things that Hollywood has learned is, if you notice, there's a whole lot more family-friendly movies. There are a whole lot more movies with biblical perspectives, and that's because they realize that there's a market for it. There's movies about, about individuals who are doing things like 13 Hours that are promoting and talking about real heroes in this country. Those movies are making money. They're making those movies because they're realizing that we are going to go watch them. They're realizing that that's the message that we want. Believe it or not, this is a market-driven thing, folks. We decide what movies they make. We decided, you and I, we decided by how we vote with our dollars. Don't support film industry, don't support actors, or don't support film companies, or don't support films that work against our particular perspective or that work against our values. So let's see what some of you folks have to say. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. Oh, look at that. Rafael Burgos, vote with your money, 100%. He agrees 100%. I'm right there with you. That's how I watch. Okay. So I will not say who said they watch all their movies via bootleg, but I do want to say this. You know what? I want to encourage you. It costs money to make films, and when films actually promote things that you want to promote, you should go pay to see them so that they can make more of those movies. Craig, have you seen USCCA's film they're talking about? I have absolutely no idea what you are speaking of. USC, yeah, no, not sure exactly what that is. But, tell me, what are some of your favorite pro-Second Amendment movies? What are some of the movies that are out there that promote, I guess not just the Second Amendment, but promote, heroism, promote the American values, all of those things that you believe are good for our country. Who is Shine the Film? Vote with your money. Who is behind the film? I don't know who's behind the film, but you can probably go and look at the producer's credits. If you go to imdb.com and pull up Miss Sloane, one of the things they include in there is a list of kind of the, who are the producers. A lot of times the producers, especially executive producers, they're the ones that help make the film happen, which means a lot of times they're the ones that put up the money. Predator. Predator is pro-Second Amendment. Okay. All right. Saving Private Ryan. Yes. I love Saving Private Ryan. Hacksaw Ridge. So Hacksaw Ridge is interesting because you could look at it as they wanted to promote an anti-Second Amendment agenda. Well, I refuse to carry a gun and I refuse to promote violence. But you know what? What I saw about it was a little bit different. This was an individual who understood and recognized the importance and the value the importance that he had and the responsibility that he had to serve his country, to actually go into battle, go into war, and be a part of helping us win that war. But even if he didn't want to carry a gun, he found a way to do it. And I thought that was really impressive. I really enjoyed that about that movie. Okay. Of course it is. The guns in Predator are awesome. Okay, James Melton, you get a gold star, James, for that one. Yes, they are definitely awesome. Here's the thing I didn't like about Predator, and that was the star, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was basically one of the most anti-gun legislators or governors that we've had here in the state of California. It's kind of sad that someone who made his career using guns and glorifying violence in movies, actually was the star, actually is now anti-Second Amendment. Or he'll never say he's anti-Second Amendment. But, my thing is this, just like I've told other politicians, if you don't want us to believe that you want to ban guns, then stop banning guns. Just saying. Yes, he banned the 50 cal, which was, by the way, interesting because one of the things that was brought up during that debate was a 50 caliber rifle has never been used in a crime in the United States ever. But we banned it. Go figure. And I almost forgot mail stamping, micro stamping. John Wick was awesome. John Wick was like the example of handgun martial arts. It was phenomenal. I really enjoyed watching them. I don't know how realistic it was. I'll just say that. I'm sure that there are some very experienced firearms trainers out there who would say, yeah, no, not very much. Um, Green Berets with John Wayne. Well, okay. Any movie with John Wayne pretty much was pro-America, at least as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, folks, look, here's the thing. The arts are important. The arts are important because they express the values in a society. And it's important for us to make sure that the films, the things that we consume, actually support the values that made this country great. Your mind is like your body. You know what? You put a bunch of garbage in, well, your body's not going to be real strong. Your mind is the same thing. You watch films that promote positive values, you're more likely to fall in line with positive values. You watch the crap that the left puts out, well, you're more than likely to be a Hillary Clinton voter. Anyway, that's about all I have for today. I want to thank you guys for watching. Remember, if you have an idea for a topic, put it here in the comments. Look, we read these things, so you might notice we also comment on these things after we're done with the live feed. So you guys take care, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. If you like these updates, please share them with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel.